Hello. All right. So I'm very lucky today that I apparently found the lighter a lot quicker today. But what I wanted to do in this video, um, I just kind of wanted to talk on some stuff in the marketplace. And so I'm smoking some crazy weed right now and feel like uh teaching you something. Okay. So um I wanted to talk about how when people are still like confused about Goldbach levels or trying to understand more about how they work, on a basic level, okay, I want you to be more understanding of this. All right. Now, just so I'm clear, okay, um, I want you to be, and the reason why I'm on like an hour chart or like let's actually go a little higher, go to the daily chart. My eyes, right? That's like one of my favorite SpongeBob memes too. Damn, this thing is beautiful looking. Now, the reason why I wanted to check out like a bigger range, higher time frame first is I noticed that when people come to me normally, right? Let me hit the blunt. People normally come to me, right? And they say, "Hey Jay, like I love your content. I've seen the videos, but there's just a few things that escape me." And it makes total sense, especially because what people don't understand about my whole channel is whether you guys realize it or not, these are all completely basic concepts. So like all the crazier stuff that you find, again, I mean, I sound like a broken record, but again, all the stuff that we do is in the Discord, bro. All the advanced concepts that I won't teach here are there. So you want to learn about, I don't even want to get into it, but the biggest thing I need you to understand is when you're looking at the marketplace just like this, right? And you're just flipping through Goldbach levels and time frames. I understand like the hesitation where people say, well, I can see where it reacted at certain points. And some of these points are just not as helpful while you're trading in general because in your mind, you're like, bro, I mean, I'm on a daily chart. I'm looking to figure out where the hell this thing is going. But the problem is, there's no real door. Even though this is trending, obviously we would come in on lower time frames, run weekly profiles, and run the week how we're supposed to run it. But the problem is when people are too dependent on one concept and not sure of like how time works with the marketplace, all this is completely not helpful at all. Now you're just looking at random levels that get ran through. Now you're looking at equilibrium and you're not sure how to actually engage the middle of the partition. But my whole thing, right? I need you to understand and break things down. All right. So this video is really about how to gather information. Ah, right. And I know that kind of clicked in your head for a second because you're like, yo, I see what you're saying. Like the marketplace had a few places where I can see a clear visual reaction. And I mean, I can even attach a story to it if I like. I can see that there was power three liquidity here. We took this to the upside, complete stop run, right? I taught you about how when price actually does want to go outside of a dealing range and your indicator shifts up, I know it makes some people nervous when you're kind of consolidating on a high or low or consolidating on the EXT level and like even slightly above. And this makes people nervous because like the whole point, and before I switch this down to a lower PO3, I just want you to see I just want you to see the perspective. So like And my water is all the way the fuck over there, bro. Ugh. Bro, the room is like way too big and I'm real lazy and I don't want to move. Literally have like a shelf full of things that I need and the shelf is slightly far. Fucking case of water, backwoods. Like I'm already smoking a blunt right now, but like, you know, uh weed, things like that, snacks. They're all on the shelf. So like, geez. Anyway, uh it's funny because I get messages about this all the time. They're like, bro, you know, just being a regular person, I feel like is not just relatable, but like as a trader, bro, it's hard to like uh come on YouTube and like find people who are just like you. You know what I mean? And I talked about this in another video where like, as a mentor, people ask me all the time, like, um, do go back levels work or like, what's your partition on like um tr swing trading or what partition do you use for when I say partition, I mean like what PL3 number when I keep saying that, okay? But people ask me this all the time and they're like, yo, like being a regular person and watching or trying to find something on YouTube that I can actually watch, learn from, and like kind of resonate with, it is kind of difficult to watch people who don't really have like a broader perspective of the content. So like I wanted there to be resources for everybody, you know. And we talk about more than go back levels on this channel, obviously. But just understanding that the market is coded to do these weird things and being able to see that this is a stop run is basically my whole fucking point. But um a lot of people on YouTube have that moment where they can explain a concept and you're like, yo, that's kind of cool, but I don't find that very practical. I think that's cool, but I can't use that right now. You know what I mean? And I feel myself doing that a lot in the last like 8 or 9 years. And it's getting to the point now, and I actually really just thought about that out loud. Like, holy crap, I've been trading for a long time. Anyway, and like, I guess the lore, right? I'm only 32. Had to think about it for a second. You ever get like slightly old, be like, yo, like, damn, being past 30, you don't even want to count anymore. But, by the grace of God, we are in the golden age of trading. We have go back levels. We're permitted to see this being a stop run. Dog, oh my God. When you see stuff like this is what catches our attention, not the equilibrium here. At least not for later opportunities, how we are looking for them now, right? People ask me why like I'm looking at different assets all the time too, because I personally get fascinated by the algorithm. So like I trade forex, I trade futures. Um, Not so much into trading crypto anymore, just because like, you know, um, I like order. I like things that are processive, right? Not saying crypto is not. Crypto does run algorithm. Um, you trade anything that is a bigger, I'm not talking about meme coins, but I'm talking about like regular like trading volume that you could find on a household name coin. Um, no issues with it, right? But my whole thing is when you're looking at something like this, yes, this is kind of hard to deal with because you might be thinking that you're bullish here and you go into this dealing range above. But when you fail this dealing range, okay, and you come back into it, what I want you to focus on is not this entire price swing, but I want you to start focusing on these edges here, okay? And so as we go down to a lower partition, let's see if we can find a way to contain this thing. Ooh, this is my point. When people say, hey, how do you make this relevant? Look at what's on the screen. If you're trying to debate whether a price is bullish, bearish, planning short term, mid term, long term, you can actually come in here and say, you know what? Damn, I realized that we are at the top of the 729. Yes, the 2187 is a huge range. We broke into this daily range here, and we only came up here. And again, if you're familiar with the book, right, with liquidity, 2187, right? It can either give you a 729 stop run or a 243. 243 dealing range. You could find an 81 stop run or a 27, right? And this is my point. PO3 minus 2. Mhm. Go back and read your book if you forgot about that. But my whole point is, yes, we were on the 2187 range, but we would have had our eyes on a possible reversal, looking for the 729 in this type of structure, giving us a definitive. I want you to really understand what I'm saying here. The chart is constantly speaking to you, okay? And when you see something like this, yes, you are bullish in this scenario. Yes, your 2187 had open space up there, but you have to understand that yes, you can get reactions from the top of a Goldbach level still that's slightly above or below the current one that you were using. I would like you to go from higher to lower PO3 and just kind of look around. And even if you're in this area trading, or even if you are like not directly at the top trying to catch moves, but like you have an idea of where price is coming from. And when I say coming from, that means that you're not expecting it back up here. You already made it to a major goldback level, 729, which is not a small one either. And especially for trading Forex, this is not NASDAQ. NASDAQ will crush a 729 in a week and a half and just be like, okay, fuck you. Or if you really got some wild news that day, yeah, don't expect that 243 to survive, my guy. That shit is not gonna work. But my whole point, right, is 729 range. I want you to see how long it takes for us to get through this thing. And remember, we are on a daily chart. It kind of looks like the 1 minute if you like stare at it long enough. But it's my whole point, right? Now here. Now I'm gonna take this off just so you can see. Don't get overwhelmed. Relax, relax. All right. I'm gonna pull it down. Okay. But instead, before we do that, I just want to pull it down to a yeah. Okay. So I want to see how long this took, but I want to do it from a 1 hour perspective, or at least maybe like we could do 4 hour, but I like the 1 hour just because it's very balanced. And there we go. Let's fry it for a second. Yeah, here we go. 4 hour perspective is better. So we see like exactly what I mean about this move here. So if we're coming and operating from this 729 here, you see the top of this goldback level, right? And this took a while, man. This is what I mean. Like NASDAQ smashes these things like water. But look how long it took to really get through the 729. So I know that you can come in here and find yourself a good opportunity. Like, for example, I'm starting at the very top here. So like one, two, three, a good month, bro, before you actually finish this partition, this whole 729. And here, I'm gonna come in and make this a lot cleaner for you. I know. Shut up. It's annoying. That's a part of the lecture. I do not care. Mhm. Yo, hold on. I'm quite parched and we need the water. So let me, whoop, never mind. There's a water bottle on the nightstand. I did not even see it. Hmm. Ooh, much better. Much better. So my whole point, and whoa, dying, right? But the whole point in what I'm trying to get you to understand, even though you have more than one PO3 number, you're not going to randomly get stressed out just because you have open space above inside of your 2187 here. Since you know that these major levels here are providing all this resistance at the top here. And like I said, this took a month to get through. So you're not ignorant on where price should probably go. And if you're looking at your cheat sheet, which you should probably do every now and then, auto rocket, trying to be too fast, right? Notice how you had shared lows here anyway. So even on your 2187, 729, when you're coming down in this area here, and this is what I mean, ready? Watch my point here. Ready? And this is the thing where I want to show you stuff like this because I just need you to catch my drift a certain way. All right. Now ready, watch. Ready? Okay. Now, when you see it at first, when you try to slide into this dealing range, right? The first time you jump into this dealing range, shut up. I'm not going to say it. I know you thought about it. No, I'm not going to say it. Almost did though. But listen. So here, when you slide on them, right? You pop into a new dealing range. I need you to verify when you get into any new dealing range, regardless of the number. I need you to very really verify this is the actual current dealing range. Do you hear what I'm saying? Validate that that's actually the current dealing range. And I said it twice, not because it just sounds nice, but you just might make lot of money on site if you decide to listen to this advice. That was weird. So, and so my whole thing is I need you to verify what dealing range you're using. All right. Don't mind me. I'm just stoned. All right. Shut up. I smoke too much. I realize. But when I'm looking at dealing range like this, right? I'm trying to figure out if it's a stop run or if we're actually using the 729 or 243 or whatever. Um, and then I can come in and decide for what purpose. So whether for me the 729 is going to be a great wireframe. So then when the indicator does shift down after a day like this, you're like, whoa, okay, what the fuck is going on? Indicator is going to shift down with you. Okay. Now you're left with this perspective. But again, days of this. So when you're in this area, right, and you're just like, yo, we've been consolidating on this EXT for a while now. We're not thinking that this top of the dealing range is the new target for any of this up run number one. So I'd be skeptical that this even broke in the first place here. I'll be honest. But twice to make it nice, I'll be honest, I do like that. Only because it gives you new liquidity, number one. And then again, you see exactly how disruptive that was to get back into this dealing range. Does that make sense? This already came up and told you it had trouble breaking the first time. So when it came down, up, and then back down, this is already confirming that the higher dealing range above is not the current one. That's what I meant to say earlier. And I keep putting down the light. Oh, there we go. The lighter blends in with this like this little desk here. So I barely can see it every time I put it down. So man, hold on one sec. Now here, hold on, Brandon. Need you to peep this. I zoomed out for a reason, okay? I get questions about this often too. Okay. Now, this is, like I said, a bigger dealing range. It takes a while to get through. Okay. So yes, you can trade smaller dealing ranges inside of your 729. And what do I mean by that? Right? There you go. This is my 729. What's 243 times 3? Come on now. Yes, I'm smoking way more weed than you, and my math is faster. Come on now. 243 times 3 is, thank you, 729. And so why did I mention the number 3? That means inside of this thing, I was looking for that tool. That means you have three 81s, my bad, three 243s built in, right? Whether this is bullish or bearish, we do not give a fuck. What we do care about, we actually give the most fuck about is the fact that the 729 here, imagine this at the top like this, is resisting price. So that means that you can actually come in here and customize your intention that way. Maybe you do want the entire wireframe and you're that sort of trader and you have patience like that. Maybe you want the entire range. But I need you to be, I need you to be more like, I need you to basically fucking finesse it. Is basically what I'm trying to say. If you understand that these are all 243s here, okay, that means you can see that the 729 here on our cheat sheet has shared lows. What does that mean? Your 729 and your 2187, right, have a shared price down there. Now, my whole point, 2187 has been moving, right? It didn't finish because the 729 caught resistance here, right? So you didn't need to complete this entire range here. Might have been algo one or whatever reason, maybe took liquidity or whatever the fucking reason was, we do not care. But what we do care about is, like I said, this high here being solidified in nature. You can look at price back 100 years from now and it still stopped exactly here and had a reaction back down. We know this being the current dealing range, we are going to focus on this as what we call the wireframe. Ooh, long version, right? Wireframe. You take that wireframe, all right, and you roll it up and you crush it down and you break it up and into your wireframe, you put the nugs of your tinier dealing range and you smoke this thing. So meaning if you know that the 729 is giving you shared lows, that means that these two are active and the shared low price is telling you that that is the magnet. If these are the natural levels of the marketplace that are the natural highs, natural lows, that is really attracting price up and down between premium and discount every day, every week, every month, every year, you're going to get to the point where you understand where to aim at. You will be lethal shooter. You'll be the one sitting there talking about some, I understand it now. I want that for you. I want that vibe for you. So what does that mean for the 243s that I keep drooling over? Oh my God. You understand that the 729 is going to complete. So that means if you realize that you're in this one, like the upper quadrant, middle, or your lower quadrant, I want you to then start thinking about this 729 in reality, right? This is what we call a premium DR, equilibrium DR, discount DR, DR being dealing range, my guy. Yes, you can classify this whole thing into a full premium now. Equilibrium, discount. My whole point. You understand it now. That price is coming here to this low. So you're now looking for sell setups, whether it's every week, every day, your Tuesday to Friday. If you trade just like me, I trade Tuesday to Friday. Sometimes Monday if I see something with my students, but I'd rather be systematic routine the way I've always been. Tuesday to Friday, you really make your money. And price is just going to inch down lower and lower, slightly chip away at it until it ultimately fills that shared price. And yes, you're using this one as a bigger wireframe, medium wireframe, but these are keeping you in order. So you're taking trades from the 243, the 81, the 27, even the 9. Does that make sense? You're taking trades from these lower ones. You're expecting stop runs to use these for when you're getting in, getting out for accuracy, 3, 9, 27. But when you're looking at some stuff like this, right? And I'm trying to keep your attention. All right, watch this. All right. So we noticed that we have this here, and your 729 did the job, right? Let's pull this down. All right. Now here, I want you to see something. Just what we talked about, right? I need you to peep this. The same way that we talked about the 2187 having a stop run using a whole 729. Now you're thinking about this having a, that's annoying. Now you're thinking about this being a 729 having a stop run, right? Okay. Watch this. All right. And so I'm looking at these levels here, and basically this is the high, and we have this level up here. But what I want to do is, ready, watch this. So, ready? Whoops, too many dealing ranges. Hold on. We need to go down one. All right, there we go. This is my point, okay? So when you're literally trying to organize your dealing ranges and back to the 4 hour, just because it's so wiki, right? It's not like NASDAQ, it's not as clean. But I'm getting you to pay attention to these points, rather, right? So notice how this was our um 729 area that we needed to use as we're coming down as a high here. But if you really wanted this entire price swing, your 243 would have been perfect for you to enter price here and organize yourself. So yes, this does go upward. Yes, you're using your 729 to realize that this is a perfect spot to sell. But realize that in this area here, 243 provides perfect resistance. Also, if you needed to, you are in a nice fair value gap, like just in general. You know what I mean? Fair value gap. You're also in a nicer, bigger time frame, not quite the daily, but not quite a smaller time frame. So then you can just set up liquidity how you can. No levels needed. And from there, that would have been an easy fucking move, man. I mean, and like I said, you're disciplined now. You understand it now. This is what I mean. Ready? Let's do one additional range underneath you, just so you see my idea here. All right, there you go. You peep that? Yo, it flashed for a second. Not sure if you could see that, but whatever. Anyway, look at my whole point. So you basically just smash two 243 dealing ranges right from the top here. And you're going to hold this. Why? You're going to take the trade at the very top. Now, I can do one at a time now. I just wanted you to see this perspective. So here, boom, stop run. All right. Stop run slightly above the dealing range here, right back down. Even when it goes back up here, what does it leave you with? To tell you that it's not done. PL3 liquidity. Failure to touch a major go back low like that, like that's criminal in my mind. No. So when I get like, let's say you're in a sell move here and you're coming down, I'd be super, super tight, letting this go all the way back to BE just because we decided not to take some sort of profit in this area. Although we do know it's just going to come crashing down through that level later because it didn't reach this major level here. You feel what I'm saying? But this is the whole thing about it, man. I want you to be more comfortable with these ideas. So you're not like freaking out every time you get like, using a level, thinking it's not going to work. And then when I shift it down on you, right? Whoop, my bad. There we go. But this is the main focus of us looking at this dealing range. As this is coming down and you're in your trade here at the top, coming down, all right? You're trusting your levels. When you get to this daily range, no, you're not going to close the entire thing. You're going to chill. Close a partial, close something, pay yourself, yes. But I want you to hold something. You have power of three liquidity here again. So when you have any time that you're resisting or supporting from these levels and it doesn't quite reach all the way from any one of these real price swings, that's a problem to me. That's criminal. It's going to get attacked later. Do you feel my point? We've been down here, but we need to get down here again. You feel me? Now listen, I want you guys to get on like really being comfortable in your trading toward your like not just dependent on the levels, but you're also again more drawn toward time. So when we're talking about like a um, like I said, default to like the 1 hour. You know what I mean? And just so we can handle some business here, let's do it. All right. So first of all, just so you can see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay. And why US dollar, Japanese yen? Only because I'm fucking bored of NASDAQ. Literally. We've been killing it. It's been fun, but I look at it so often, dude. It's like my fucking eyes, dude. Need to look at something different, right? And so if you're familiar, this is how we trade this, okay? So right here's the weekend, all right? Here. What is that? Shit, you betcha. You guessed it. All right. And like I said, if you're trying to be Dale Dimmadome, owner of Dimsdale Dimmadome, that means mega rich for those who are slow. New week opening gap is one of the best things that you can do for yourself. If you're uncomfortable with it, get comfortable with it. If you don't know about it, let's talk about it. But it's really just the gap that you're going to find between Friday and Sunday. Friday to Sunday specific gap. And in a lot of times like this, and I love when it does this, where do you see how it comes up? And I love how ICT explained this, to be honest. It really is like a invisible fair value gap. You know what I mean? Literally gaps downward. And I need you to understand that. It gaps downward. Okay? Doesn't gap up, doesn't gap backward, it gaps downward. All right? That being important for us. So when it takes resistance or some sort of resistance here, it's just nothing but a regular fair value gap at that point. It gives you sell side liquidity engineered that way for you. Therefore, you would get rebounds like right here. It's like an IOFED. Institutional order flow entry drill. That means it's fucking fast. You already filled it. Time to go down. All right. Now, I talked on this before, and we could talk on this tomorrow, where um in an episode where Jay figures out where the damn lighter is. And that's why you don't hear me smoking because I haven't found the lighter again. But like I just found it. It's hilarious. But like I said, people ask me how I do this all the time. Um, like I'm multitask, bro. I'm a workaholic naturally. So I do efficient things while doing also things that just keep my hands busy, right? So whether that be playing video games or whatever. Bro, Black Myth Wukong right now, bro. I just beat this boss and I'm like too into this game right now. I'm like on YouTube looking at the lore, falling asleep right now at night. Like this shit is crazy hot. And I forgot that I bought the game twice because I got it on PC and I got like a discount on it. But I forgot that I wanted to play it on PS5. So I wanted to wait till it was on sale. And it wasn't even on sale on Black Friday for PS5. So I just bought the shit anyway. I'm like, bro, I want to play it on PS5 now, finally. But like, I was like, fuck, I might as well just play it on PC. I got it on sale on PC, but I really just wanted to play it on PS5. I thought it was going to be like slightly better, whatever. But it's not even like I guess because it's like a PC game on PS5, it's not really like, I don't know. Is there like a deluxe version? Because I guess maybe I have the standard version. I don't know. But that's where my ADD pops in, how it always does, you know. Um, and like I said, it goes back to being like somebody on YouTube who's like relatable or not. Some people say that they love when like my ADD kicks in. They love that's like the best part of the video for them. I'm like, really? That's like the most like random shit to say, but like, I mean, I feel that, bro. Like the shit I watch on YouTube is like hilarious to me too. It makes you feel good. Like you come home and you be like, bro, new J video. Oh shit. Bro, you get literally go to your plug, you get new weed, you literally get popcorn, you sit down. Like it's always a fun time. And we talk about end walls together and you get invisible fair value gaps and you learn how to max the fuck out because Jay's ADD goes crazy the way it does. And he tells you about crazy shit while talking about fucking cartoons all the time. It's just like, what the what's going on? Chaos. But it's fully controlled. Thank you. I'm not talking about the chart. I'm talking about the lecture. I don't get it, bro. You said the rant's the best part. That's so funny to me. But like, I don't know, man. I mean, this is my life's work, right? And I mean, like I said, trading in general, like I want people to feel like the way that I do. I mean, I know that's, you don't have to, but I just have like a Kobe mentality towards this shit. But trading breaks you down, bro. Trading breaks you down to a level to where like you become the fucking joker of this shit. And that's why, like, bro, I talk about serious things in such an unserious way. I wish I could do this differently. Like, I really wish I could be like, good evening. Welcome to my YouTube. Today we will be talking about the new week opening gap, which is between Friday and Sunday. Oh man, perhaps I have found or lost my lighter. That would be so fucking boring, dog. Oh my God, I'll lose my fucking mind. But when you see stuff like this, and your Goldbach levels are smacking right there. Yes, you can wait till Tuesday or get in here from a lower dealing range, 81 or 27. Okay. And then when you're using the 243 as a wireframe, you're already knee deep in profit before this one even gets broken into. And I like this little retracement here down from the EXT level, right back to the high and down. Beautiful. And right to the low. Take profits there. You don't have to take full profits, like I said. You're gonna come in and whoops. You're gonna always look to be systematic about your profit taking. I need you to be on that. I need you to. Only because a lot of people have great ideas where they're like, yo, I see where the levels are. I see exactly where we should go, but they don't even make themselves available to catch the move. Now it makes you want to get all up in this thing down here. New entries, yes, it works. Okay, cool. But you keep closing early, closing early, closing early, closing early. You didn't even make it to the EQ of this thing. Now you're opening new trades down here, praying to God it goes lower because you didn't hold this thing. But when people say, yo, I always get stopped out or whatever, whatever, it's because the presented, it's almost like that little joke about like, um, you're stranded on like a little boat or whatever, like, you're in the middle of the water stranded. And then, you know, uh, a small riverboat comes by and you're like, oh no, no thanks. I don't need help. Um, you know, God got me. God's going to save me. Then like, you know, that's you in this consolidation over here. But let's say a yacht comes in and you're at the high on London, 2 to 5, 2 to 5, Monday to Tuesday, go nuts with the session data there. For those who are understanding of what I'm talking about, you know what I mean here, right? London, London, right? London kill zone is perfect here. So when you see this end dog get engaged, trade downward, liquidity engineer for you, and you have your Goldbach levels in place, you're organized, you realize the stop run's already in, so you're not expecting price up here. There's so much confluence. Bro, max out. Do your thing. Answer, re-answer. But this is like God sending you the yacht and you not realizing that it's God sending you the yacht. Now you're like, no, it's okay. I'll just wait for my setup. And bro, take the damn trade. Hold it. Don't be wishing for a setup down here when you literally were in this area active on your computer. Take the trade. Worst case scenario, stop it out and try it again. Woo. We talked a while. I'll see you guys tomorrow. That was a fun episode. See ya.